Okay, now I'm about to welcome somebody on the stage who has been a great helper to me. He's helped us out at many events. He's spoken for Young Americans for Liberty probably 2 or 3 times now. But he has been a great helper, and he is a great candidate. He recently won the Republican nomination for the 10th Congressional District, that is Dixon and parts of Contra Costa County, and I think a little tiny bit of Sacramento County. So, without further ado, here is Gary Clift, a great constitutionalist and a great candidate.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for turning out on this day, July 3rd, the day before we celebrate the independence of this great nation. I want to talk a little bit about independence and what it means. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It gives us the freedom to pursue our life how we want to. We can do pretty much whatever we want. We can study religion. We can start our own business. We can protest our government. We can ask the difficult questions. And we have the independence to do that. It gives us the ability to be a productive country, to produce and to compete in the world economy. On this day, I need to give thanks to the defenders of our independence and our freedom. The men and women who serve as I speak defending this country, risking their life so we can celebrate in the safety of this great nation. Troops have defended our independence and our freedom for most of 240 years. That is why it is so important to me that our elected leaders have a clear mission when they send our troops overseas. They must be truthful about the cost and the purpose. Our leaders should not be risking our troops, the best and the brightest of this and our next generation, to support corrupt governments whose only purpose is to stay in power and to become rich under the umbrella of the U.S. military. Our military wins the wars. Our diplomats and our politicians lose the peace over and over again. This is always at great sacrifice to the men and the women who serve in our military and their families. Make no mistake about it, our independence is threatened. We do have foreign enemies. We have terrorists who have sworn to bring our country down. We have a government that has become too big. We have a government that is conducting reckless borrowing and uncontrolled spending. We have non-transparent accounting of our nation's monies. We don't need more government. We need smaller, smarter government. We need government. We need a government that is accountable and transparent to the people, to the citizens, to the voters, to the taxpayers. National security begins at home with a productive economy, a balanced budget, a modern military, and an educated population. We all want our republic to prosper, but the reality is only a productive economy will bring real jobs. The government cannot create jobs. Government spending and borrowing is not the answer. The debt created by our government is mortgaging our future and putting our independence at risk. It has brought our economy to its knees. We all knew that consumption would not be the answer to turning our country around. Why did we let our politicians encourage us to spend trillions of dollars, encouraging consumers to consume, only to increase the national debt? We have to stop believing our government. We cannot trust them to tell us the truth. Politicians and leaders swear to uphold the U.S. Constitution. But when they get to office, their priority is to stay in power at whatever the cost. Can we trust our media to tell us the truth? No, we can't. The media is, for the most part, entertainment. They have their own spin. What can we do about it? It is up to us. We need to question the government. We need to question the media. Don't believe a word they say. Technology is out there today. We need to research for ourselves, and we need to share what we find. We have the power. We have Facebook. We have Twitter. We have email. We can text message. Research the facts yourself. Share it with everybody. Share it with me. Send it to my website. We have to create our own transparency to know what our government is doing. It is up to you. Recently, the House of Representatives voted down a bill. The purpose of the bill was to tell us where the bailout monies went. The purpose of the bill was to tell us an auditing of the Federal Reserve. Why did they vote this down? Why is this a secret? My opponent voted against both these transparencies. We need to know where the money is going. Our government is spending trillions and trillions of dollars, and they are not accountable to us for it. It's got to stop. We can be the beginning of this transparency, whether it's auditing the Fed or finding out where the bailout funds went. Elections are coming. Everybody needs to get involved. You need to ask the candidates the hard questions. You need to make them give you an answer. You need to share that answer with everybody on the internet. We need to put pressure on these people. It's not a partisan issue. It's an accountability issue. Where is the money? Snoop around. Share what you find out. My opponent and the president both agree that the economy is headed in the right direction. How many of you people agree with that? They have increased the cost of our federal government from 20% of the gross domestic product to 25% of the gross domestic product. This is a 25% increase. This doesn't even include the new health care legislation. My opponent has voted to increase national debt. He's voted for additional stimulus money several times. Government spending was going to keep unemployment under 8%. This did not work. It was going to create millions of new jobs. This did not work. He is clearly of the tax, spend, and borrow and regulate philosophy. This is not working. It is time to try something new. We need to balance our budget. We need to live within our means. We need less federal government. We need less federal regulations. We need less federal taxes. We need local control, and we need local control of our education system. American businesses have $1.5 trillion that they are holding in the sidelines because they are afraid to invest it in this economy when they don't know what the new tax laws are going to be. We need to stop threatening businesses with additional taxes. Businesses are the only way we can create real jobs in this country. We need a production economy. My opponent has promised to support the president and his reforms. What does this mean? This means no debates in Congress. This means he doesn't have to read the legislation. He just votes yes. The president has indicated recently that he will pursue cap-and-trade regulations to mitigate global warming. These plans will destroy what's left of the U.S. economy. These regulations will further destroy what is left of our small businesses. Again, we need smarter government and smarter leadership. Our government cannot be trusted. You need to question them at every opportunity. It certainly cannot create real jobs. I say we need to give American business a chance to succeed where the government has failed. They should be the creator of American jobs. This is a great day. Don't let me get you down. Our country still has great hope. We can lead the world as an example of the benefits of freedom, individual liberty, and limited government, and how that will produce the most productive economy in this world. Again, I'd like to thank you all for coming here today, and thank you for supporting me, and please don't give up on this great republic. We need to lead the world. Thank you. Is there anybody who would like to ask me a question about anything?